Thanks go out to my patrons and viewers like you. Greetings, groovy people. Welcome to Blue Dragon Art. I am the self-proclaimed Blue Dragon. This is a channel where I talk about indie art or comics or things that, primarily comics, projects that I'm working on, projects that other people are working on, anything that I feel like talking about. And this week, I am still working on a zine that I am selling at this festival, hard copy. It's very nearly done. It'll get to the printers and back in time because things don't ship out from the TCAF until July. And we have a certain period of time that we got to get our stuff sent to a designated spot. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I am here to talk about the Toronto Comic Arts Festival. The digital marketplace is primarily what I'm going to discuss today. However, I do want people who are in the Toronto area or who are going to be in the Toronto area to be aware that this is a free event. And it is running in person at the Toronto Reference Library on May 11th from 9 to 5 p.m. and May 12th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's a Saturday and Sunday. So you can go and check out artists for free and see what kind of cool projects people are working on if you are in the area. Okay, this video is to very half-ass advertise my shop in the digital marketplace. If you go to TCAF 2024, you select the digital marketplace. Oh, there's all kinds of information here actually. But go to digital marketplace and you'll come to this landing page talking about their Shopify shop. You can shop by category and you can shop by artist. There's a handful of categories. And there's quite a few artists participating, and publishers, I should say. Some people that I actually am aware of and really like. For instance, there's Nan. She's got a shop. She's our head witch for the Aradia Collective for Magical Girls. There's Jen Woodall. I love her art. Absolutely love her art. I may be checking her shop out. Also got Gigi Murakami. She does horror-themed manga-style art, very influenced by Junji Ito. I watch her YouTube channel. I may be checking out some of her stuff. And, of course, there's my shop. That's what I'm going to be talking about primarily. There's also the Aradia Collective shop. This is how I heard about this event. So I got to give props to the Aradia Collective for Magical Girl Comics. I've got stuff in here in the shop. Other people from the collective do. These are people who have comics hosted within the Aradia Collective. 2 pages of stuff. And actually, there's something for free in the Aradia shop as well. You can get the TCAF Showcase. Holy fucking shit, that's far out and solid. So, I'm going to do a couple things when I'm discussing my TCAF shop. First, I'm going to show you what products I'm selling. Second, I'm going to discuss the shipping cost and also suggest digital products if you want to support me. I'll get into that in just a second. And thirdly, I want to give you a sneak peek. I'm opening it up now. Give you a sneak peek of the Dark Horse Fashion Zine, which is nearly completed. It is very nearly completed. It will be done, as I mentioned, before it's time to ship. Okay, so first and foremost, I want to talk about the products that are here in the shop. I have both hard copy and digital, primarily hard copy because I did not realize at all how much the shipping was going to be. And I'm going to preface this section with, I am 100% not shitting on TCAF for the cost of shipping. I'm going to explain, why everything is a little more pricey than why it's more pricey than I expected. I had sticker shock. This is my 3rd time recording this. And I got to get this video out today because I got to finish working on this fucking zine. Oh my God. But I'm glad somebody pointed out how expensive shipping was. And I just had to. I couldn't, in good conscience, not re-record this and kind of go into detail about what's going on. But before we do that, I've got the hard copy of Aradia Beat. To my knowledge, I'm the only one who has the hard copy, but you can get a cheaper version of this. And yes, I'm the worst fucking salesman ever. I don't care. my purpose with this is to advertise indie comics. So if you don't want to spend an exorbitant amount of money on a hard copy of the Aradia Beat, whatever I don't sell at the TCAF, I will have in my own shop, and it'll probably end up being a little bit cheaper because of the shipping. But if you don't want to do that, Aradia Magical Girl Collective has, where the hell did it go? They are selling a digital copy of this for only $7, okay? So, yeah. You can get it for a little bit cheaper digitally. And to be honest, I think this is going to be one of the best ways to support artists and also not break your bank. I am selling a sticker pack. The sticker pack includes 3 stickers. These are vinyl kiss cut. I've got 2 of Karen Blue, who is from my free webcomic, Dark Horse. It's a post-apocalyptic magical girl fantasy set in the Pacific Northwest. And you can read it for free on my website. And I will be updating it soon. I just had to put the stops on everything as I worked desperately to complete this fashion zine that I'm going to talk about later in the video. I just uploaded like a sample of how you can use the stickers. This is my sketchbook. This is just a sample of how you can use your stickers. I've also got this Sailor Moon sticker. I'll show you that in just a minute. But if you do the bundles, it's going to be a little bit cheaper than if you buy the individuals. I am selling a complete Dark Horse bundle. This is all of the zines that I have printed, as well as acts 1 through 3, and the Dark Horse Fashion Zine Kanna. It's $30 plus shipping. Dun dun dun! Oh my god, I gotta add this to my cart so you see what I'm talking about. Okay, so we'll get to that in a minute. We'll get to that in a minute. If you didn't want the little one-shots that I've done, I also have this one, $18, CAD. And it's just acts 1 through 3, and it will be the fashion zine. You'll notice that this cover looks a little weird. That's because it's not printed yet. My printer was running out of ink. I just had to put something here for the photo. I'll show you what it's going to look like. Don't worry. I'm going to give a sneak peek. How many times am I going to say that? You can buy individual copies of Dark Horse. I highly recommend the digital version if you want to support me. You can read this for free on my website, as I've said. What you see is what you get there, so you can go check it out first. There's like an additional, little blurb about, I think, Rhiannon at the end of this one. In the hard copy and the digital, so that's artwork that's only found in the zine, but it's like one page. It's just like a little mini biography. But I highly recommend if you wanted to support me and keep it cheap. Digital copies are for sale. I also do have the hard copy. And if you wanted the hard copies and you have the extra dosh to spend on shipping, that's cool. Anything is appreciated. I also am selling individual hard copies of Dark Horse, Night Hustle, On the Beach, and What Dreams May Come. These, not all of them are printed perfectly, especially like Christina Cool, which is now Cool World, but this was the submission that I did for the Comic Fury zine. So it's just the one shot. It's not the actual full-blown comic. The printer, I even say it, I think, in the shop. The printer messed up on some of the, they totally messed up. Because I've hand-printed these and had no issue with, the bleeds and stuff. But, I think things got disjointed on the machine. And so there's a couple, issues where things are cut off. Not like the text, they're still all readable, but yeah, that's why this one is a little cheaper than the other ones. But I do have that little warning right here. The printer's machine misprinted and cropped some of these. Yeah, so each one might be a little bit different. There might be some mistakes. I'm gonna get to my postcards in just a sec. This is Moon Power. This is a Sailor Moon sticker that I have redrawn and redesigned, and this is a Kiss Cut vinyl sticker. You can buy it individually if you want. I was really proud of this. I had a lot of fun redesigning it. I like the original idea. It's still not perfect, but it's better certainly than it was. And then I also have postcards. I have a postcard bundle. I'll show you that. It's on page 2, but I've got, these are just 4x6 postcards. This is Have a Cup of Jojo. The back is blank, so you can write on it and mail it if you want, or you can frame it and hang it up if you want. Color's a little bit more vibrant than this. This is the CMYK version, so it looks a little bit different on an RGB, screen. But I also have Love and Justice, Sailor Moon. This was so much fun to do. I have this. This is the whole pack. The third in the bundle is Rena's mom, circa 1969. I had a lot of fun with this design. This character was inspired by a lot of my favorite 60s artists and musicians, including but not limited to Janis Joplin, Grace Slick, Yoko Ono. These pants were lifted directly from Yoko Ono, but some of the other outfit elements came from the other women I just mentioned, as well as a little bit inspired by my own mom. Not gonna lie, my mom was pretty cool in the 60s. She still is cool, don't get me wrong. But this is the postcard bundle. And the last thing that's in my shop, besides the postcards, not Dark Horse related and not fan art related, is the Whimper in the Dark. These are hand printed and hand cropped and hand stapled. I do all of this by hand myself. I did not send these to a printer. But these are just the two collections of what exists of the Whimper in the Dark. I don't know if I will continue that comic. It depends. I gotta get some time in between the loss of our dogs, and whether or not I want to keep doing this. But yeah, so that's what I've got in my shop. There's also like the bundle of these two acts. Okay, so I need to discuss the shipping. I tried to keep things as cheap as possible, but we were required, it was requested that we kept in mind how much shipping was going to be. So, like, my zines are normally really fucking cheap. Like the shitty little zines, well, not shitty, you know what I mean, like the little one-shot zines. They're for free online. You can read them for free right now if you wanted. I'm selling things so that people who want to support me can come check me out. And I'm also selling things so that I can advertise myself and advertise that, I exist. My art exists. But at the same time, I tried to keep everything priced as cheaply as possible, but I had to do conversions from USD to CAD, which things in Canada at the moment, or at least at the time I did this, are more costly than the US. So I had to, check out the conversion online on a website, and I had to figure out shipping from US to Canada. So I included those costs. Here I'm showing off my one-shots. This is what I'm selling. This is what I'm selling. This is what I'm selling. But you can read them for free. I'm not like hiding that fact, okay? Anyway, the way this works, and this is to protect the buyer and the seller, I'm pretty sure. Also, there's no, I can't think of, a logistical way of doing this other than how the TCAF did it. I gotta get some fucking drink, man. I told you this is my third time recording this. My voice is starting to go. Jeez. Okay. So I included shipping because at the end of the shop, when the shop ends on the 24th, the seller has a period of time in which they need to send their items to a designated location in Canada. Obviously. That's why they suggested that we be mindful of shipping when we set our costs in our shop. Once things get to that designated location, they handle all the orders and mail it out themselves. And so when we get to the shop, if I go to the checkout right now, you're going to see, okay, I'm going to put in this address. Don't go to this address. This is a random fucking address. I don't live there. I don't know the people who live there anymore. So don't go harass them. They have nothing to do with me. I have no idea who the hell lives there now. I'm just using this address. I'll try to block it out, but I got to get this video out in a hurry because I got shit to do. So you'll notice that the shipping is $21 to this location. the more things that you buy, I think, and I'm not just saying, sounds like, this is going to sound so charlatan. If you buy more things and keep the weight within a certain amount, shipping is going to fluctuate, but it's probably going to be a little bit cheaper if there's more things going to a single location. But you're going to notice that in addition to the shipping that I had to include, they've got shipping costs of their own. And if you're living internationally, like let's say you are in Belgium, Vietnam, Sweden, I don't know, China, somewhere. If you are living internationally, this shipping is going to change for each person. Having the experience of shipping things internationally and having to pay customs for like a tiny 5x7 zine, I've had to spend $25 to get something to Germany before, y'all. So again, this is not me shitting on the TCAF. This makes complete and total sense to me, that they are charging so much shipping. However, I would feel like a charlatan. That's the word that I used when I was talking with someone who pointed out the shipping. I would feel very disingenuous if I didn't bring this up, because my primary goal is to make my art accessible to other people. Like, obviously I want to make money, but without going into, detail about personal experiences in my own life, I very much empathize with people who don't have a lot of spare cash to spend on entertainment. And I've said that several times on my channel. And that's why I usually will have things for free and then sell things on the side, but give people the opportunity to like read shit for free. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to let y'all be aware of this. If you want to support me, and you want to buy hard copy things and you have the, expendable cash, I really want you to know that I will do my best to make sure that everything looks great, and I maybe will throw in a couple, maybe like a bookmark or something, or a couple little tiny extra things that aren't going to weigh too much, just to show my appreciation for how much you're spending on the shipping alone if you buy something. Otherwise, my thing that I think y'all should do, no, don't. Just go the fuck away, Judas fucking Priest. I highly recommend, if you want to support indie artists but you don't have a ton of cash laying around, then buy the digital copies from the shop. That way you're able to support the TCAF, because this is really, they are giving independent artists an opportunity to sell their shit. And if you're buying something digitally, both people benefit. The independent artist and the TCAF. And you. So 3 people benefit. Because then you're not spending so much on shipping, but you're still getting something cool and supporting indie artists, as well as supporting people who support indie artists. Get what I'm saying there? So if you don't have a lot of money at your disposal, definitely check out some of these digital things. And like I said, this right here is fucking free, man. This is free. You could get this for fucking free. And I saw sneak peeks of this. It looks fucking far out and solid, y'all. Now, regarding my stuff specifically, if you don't have a lot of money, but you 100% want to get these stickers, whatever I do not sell from this event, I am going to be putting in my own personal shop. My shop on my main website is broken right now. So not to belabor like the pun, but I've been shopping around for a shop, and I'm not sure if I'm going to go with Shopify or if I'm going to just stick with Square. I've got a Square website. I have that for when I go to conventions in person. I've got PayPal, and I also have Ko-fi. So if there's something that you're just dying to have and you can't afford the shipping for a hard copy from my shop, after the 24th of May, I am going to be working on a shop. But if you're interested in something like Dark Horse, or if you want the stickers, or if you want these postcards, send me an email. You can email me now too, and I'm going to be keeping a list of people who are interested. Shoot me an email at cerulean.graphics@gmail.com, and once the shop closes and I figure out what I have left over, if I sell anything at all, I'm being optimistic here. But whatever I have left over, I will see if that's something you're interested in, and we can discuss shipping and figure things out and just go through PayPal or go through my shop if you wanted to wait for me to get my shop set up. But just send me an email. Otherwise, I really do recommend that you come in here and check out the digital marketplace. There are a lot of independent artists here. And as I mentioned, there's lots of digital options, like maybe not here. These are all hard copy. But there are people who are selling things that are digital. Like right here, this is super cute looking. This is digital. It's only $3.97. And I say it's only $3.97. I know not everyone even has that much to throw around, but this is a relatively conservative way to support an independent artist that you like. Because digital files, you can sell however many and there's no cost of, shipping or product production. It's a win-win for everyone. But yeah, I wanted to kind of tell everyone about that, make y'all aware of the shipping. Because when I first recorded this video, I wasn't aware of it at all. And I was like, when I was shown how much it was going to cost to mail out of country, I just about shit my pants. It's not literally, y'all. Not literally, but I had to re-record this. And then when I re-recorded it and I saw how much my postcard, a single postcard, the shipping was, a $4 fucking postcard was going to be $18 shipping. And when that was what I saw when I re-recorded and was having it shipped to the US. And I'm not, maybe I'll tag it at the end of this video. I don't know. Be forewarned of the cost of shipping for the hard copy stuff. I'm sure the stickers are going to be a lot more reasonable. I've got like a sticker bundle here. So the sticker bundle is going to be way cheaper. I've also got postcards and postcard bundles. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, buy the digital shit in my shop, y'all. I'm sorry. I can't. This is like my real reaction. Holy fucking shit. I almost pissed myself when I saw that shipping. Oh my gosh. That can't be real. Okay, well, y'all, you know what? I've got some digital shit in my shop. Look at me just talk everyone out. This was supposed to advertise my shop. But I just about fucking died. I was so sticker shocked. So then I was like, well, I really need to re-record this because I'm not trying to like shit on the TCAF. I understand what they are doing and why they have to price it that way. This is not me at all shitting on them. It's reasonable because if they gave like the sellers, like they're holding this event, they're responsible for what's in that digital marketplace. And if they just had it like, they emailed the sellers all the information for everyone who bought something. And let's say something happened to the seller. Let's say something unusual happened to the seller, that they are in the hospital or something and do not have access to what was sold. They would therefore also be unable to reimburse the buyer for the item. So to me, I want to make it very clear that I am not shitting on the TCAF for these shipping prices or how they're doing all this. It makes sense that it's their event and they are responsible even for what we independent artists are selling. And so it's imperative that they have more control over that. They get the item shipped to them so that they package and take that stress also off of the sellers. To be honest, they are doing us a favor. I've had time to think about this. They are doing us a favor. All we got to do is just ship everything we sold to them. And then they do all the labor of packaging, repackaging, and sending it to the specific buyers. Okay. So I really want to make it clear that this video, me talking about this, is absolutely not shitting on the TCAF. I 100% understand that shipping costs a lot, that they've got labor that's going into this at probably very little cost, very little money for themselves. This is them definitely doing someone like me, at least, a favor. So I get that. But I also, like I said earlier, would feel like a fraud if I didn't at least make people aware of how incredibly expensive shipping is these days, especially for customs. I have personally shipped shit out to customs before. I need to find a way to figure out the system and how to make it cheaper. I need to not have padded envelopes or I don't know what the hell I need to do, but I need to find a way to make it not so expensive, because it's kind of ridiculous. Like when I'm doing a zine trade and it's free and I'm not making any money, they still make you declare how much each thing is worth. And it's like, dude, I'm sending my best friend something because she made me a bookmark. This is not like a business transaction. This is my former roommate that just is living international right now. And I am also not a spy. I think that was on Vietnam's end, to be quite honest. They're literally asking me in that customs form, are you giving spy information? They didn't word it like that, but I was like, what the fuck? They're shitty zines. But anyway, I just had to explain that. It's just the way it is. Definitely not until... I actually am very thankful to the TCAF for giving me the opportunity to advertise myself and make people aware that my shop and my comic exists. And if you're someone who has disposable income, 100%, I know the shipping's expensive, but if you want to support me and the TCAF, go for it. Go for it. But if you're someone like me who's very frugal, very cheap, or just do not have the money, you're not even cheap, you just physically don't have a lot of money, then I totally get not wanting to buy something physical. There's some digital options, or if you want something physical at a reduced price later on, get in touch with me, cerulean.graphics@gmail.com. I am clapping too much. God, when did I start doing that? Dark Horse Fashion Zine. This is the debut of the fashion zine. Later, I plan to have a Kickstarter with expanded on the last pages, part of this fucking video, stuff. But I'm giving you a sneak peek of the near completed zine. There's going to be a picture of Kanna here. I've got a beta reader helping me out with some ideas for filling in the last few things and doing edits and stuff like that. As well as I've got a couple people who are helping me out with that, to be honest. But I just want you to see, this is the project that I've been working on. This is what has put the stomps on me, updating Dark Horse and Cool World. I've been working just fervently on this fashion zine, and I'm super proud of it. I'm not the best artist, but I feel like the work that I have been doing for this is at this moment the best of my ability. I've been putting a lot of love into this because I've been wanting to do this zine, and it's so much fun. This is the first in a series. I'm going to be doing Rhiannon, and I'm probably going to be doing Odysseus and some of the other characters as well. But this is just the freshman attempt, seeing how this goes. And it's making its debut in the TCAF. If you want a digital copy of this, once this is done and sent to the printers, it'll be complete. And I'm not selling the digital version in the TCAF because you had to upload it at the time of submitting your products to the TCAF, and I didn't have time. It's not done still, so I wasn't unable to do that. But if you're interested in a digital copy of this, get in touch with me and we can talk things over. It'll probably be $5 because it's over 50 pages long. But you can see I've been working on backgrounds, characters, going into a lot of detail about the outfits, their inspiration, the materials, a little bit of lore also, a little bit of stuff that you might not be picking up on in the comic as of yet because I'm slow as fuck. Also a lot of history about the inspiration of things, and like this dress specifically was very inspired by Asian fashions, and the wrap dress in general was inspired by the Chinese Hanfu. Which I didn't even know, the wrap shirts. When I was younger, I wouldn't have known that. Even though I read, a lot of my outfit ideas came from Fushigi Yugi and Inuyasha. So, I recognized, Odysseus's magical boy outfit. or I hate saying magical girl, magical boy sometimes, because these Odysseus is technically an adult in most of this comic. And Rena and Kanna will be magical women at some point. But again, girl is just a blanket term and boy is just a blanket term, y'all. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going into detail about the influences. And, I mean, even myself, like, when I would buy, like, there's an outfit. This one here, this shirt, I had a brown satin wrap shirt like this when I was in high school. I had no idea that that wrap style was influenced by, you know, the Hanfu. I was just buying something at fucking Walmart, you know what I'm saying? But this zine is something that has, you know, got me, like, I had someone reading on my main site who was giving me, volunteered with my permission to read the comic and, you know, give me some tips and pointers. And, you know, I got a pretty thick skin, so I was like, yeah, cool, I was down for it. And I want to thank that Ember Blaze for their time. Absolutely fantastic suggestions. There's some things that they didn't get because they're very obviously not of my generation. So there were things that they weren't able to pick up on. And they also aren't like, I'm barely like well versed in Catholicism. My dad's a lapsed Catholic, so that's where some of this stuff has come in from. But there were things that they didn't pick up on because they just were unfamiliar with the cultural zeitgeist of the time, because they weren't born yet, you know, and that makes sense. But most of what they were saying, like specifically about like the fashions and stuff, I really appreciate their input because they were doing like sensitivity readings in addition to like, you know, like pointing out things that didn't make a lot of sense to them. And so in addition to being inspired by Aradia Beat, and Aradia in general, Aradia did a fashion zine, Glitter and Gold. So this zine basically sprung up from my interactions with this person who was kind enough to give me some feedback on my comic, as well as Aradia, and just my personal love of like fashion and stuff. Like I'm not big into like the fashion industry, but I appreciate the form as an art. I hate fast fashion because y'all know I'm a dirty hippie, so I'm very much against that whole concept. I'm more into like fashion as an art statement and as an expression of oneself, not as like a business commodity or anything having to do with like mass production. I think that's very hollow, that's very shallow. In addition to it being harmful for the environment, just in general, that way of viewing fashion to me seems very disingenuous. But, and that's not even to say like everything on the runway. Some of that shit is just like, meh, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't shit on it. You know, there's plenty of explanations on, you know, how it inspires like fashions. They dim it down and shit, and it's not quite as ostentatious, whatever. That's fine. I don't shit on it, but it's not really my thing. But then something like, you know, David Bowie or Lady Gaga or Janelle Monáe, or no one's going to know who this is, but of Montreal, Kevin Barnes, their expression of fashion and exploration of gender expression and just doing like different far out things as like an art form, that aspect of fashion I have pretty much always been where the fuck did that come from? Been interested in. So all of these little things are kind of what drew me to create this comic, this zine series. Later in the series, I might give mention to Ember Blaze. They've disappeared from my website. They probably got sick of my defensiveness, but at the same time, they, you know, you gotta also stand, you know what I'm saying? It's a bounce back and forth, you know. I'm pretty good at accepting criticism, but I also need to explain things that people aren't understanding because, you know, it's not something in their scope. I mean, I need people to explain that to me too sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, oh my gosh, so I'll show a couple more pages. I think I already showed this one. This is the last one I'll show. I posted this on Instagram, like just Kanna. But yeah, it goes into a lot of detail and it's set up like a magazine, and I've been having a lot of fun trying to make it look 90s and shit like that. But yeah, I think I have rambled on. This video is much longer than I anticipated. Thank you all for watching. I'll be back next week, probably, or maybe the week after with another video. I don't know what my schedule is going to be because I'm getting pretty tired. My energy is like being drained, y'all. But, thank you for watching. Support me at the TCAF if you want to, if you have the money to, or if you don't, that's fine. Or go support somebody else there. That's cool. I don't get jealous. I'm not like that. Thank you so much for watching. Peace and love. Fare you well. And keep on trucking.